Your brother, kids, your uncle, family, something's was something happened to him. I don't know if it was at a time when he was in a war. I don't know what happened to him, but he wandered off. Apparently, his mind comes and goes, and it could be something like a split between multiple personality, a multiple personality disorder, and also schizophrenia. Maybe different psychosis in one individual. But in my intuition, and because he telepaths, I have the gift of telepathy. I didn't really know it like that, but he wandered off. Whatever happened to him, wherever he was, it possibly was in another country, but I don't believe it was in it wasn't in. I don't believe it was in the UK. Mm-mm. It was in a country like sort of like tropical. What spirit said? Like the Amazon, the rainforest, something like that. What I'm seeing in my spirit. And he was wandering in there, and he encountered some people. They possibly were a community of people that no one's really aware that these people even existed. But they found him. In my spirit, and what the spirits are telling me, these people were like cannibalistic. They was primitive, but they were. If you ever saw, if y'all ever watched that movie Apocalypse Now, with what's his name, Bruce Willis, you all need to go back and get on your YouTube and Google that. You put that in your search engine. It's a movie called Apocalypse Now. So when he encountered those people were sort of like that. So these were some, you don't want to really mix and mingle with people like that. They were sort of like alien-like, yeah, but these were like demons. And these type of people, they really do exist. They don't just exist in the different dimensions. They really exist in the third. Now, of course, people shun that. And if there are certain people like me that speak of this, they'll call you crazy. That's why they call a lot of gifted people crazy. That's why they call all what they call chosen ones, whatever you want to call it, crazy. Because they speak the truth and they speak of the bizarre true shit. But your uncle or your brother, he encountered a society of people like that during a time of his psychosis. So I don't know, they were cannibals, and that's the only thing that I'm picking up on. Sometimes you can be with a society of people and then your mind is gone and you're going through psychosis as it is, and you pick up on their traits and their characteristics and stuff like that, and you may feel as though you belong. Maybe that's where, I don't know, but he had a lot of psychosis going on. He wasn't well. There's a movie that I like. I like to watch. I'm into like movies like I like Viking movies and movies surrounding Odin and the gods. I like stuff like that. I've always been drawn towards, period pieces and movies and literature and stuff like that. There is this movie called The Vikings. You can find it in on Netflix. The Vikings. There was this one character, and his name was Floki. Floki. He was this real tall guy. He was a Viking. Floki was the type where he was crazy. Just looking at him, you knew he was crazy. He was, not only was he crazy, he just always laughed, and he had the most geekiest little laugh, but it sounded so silly. The way it sounded when he would laugh like a demon, but sort of like a funny demon, but a deceitful demon, but trying to be comical at the same time. So when I'm thinking about your brother or your uncle, Floki, he puts me in the mind of Floki. Okay. What happened was, yeah, Floki was a bad guy. Floki would do anything to you. He'll rape you. He'll do anything. He'll tell you. But what happened was, Floki met somebody. She was very kind to him. And he fell in love with her. Now, she loved him too. And out the blue, I guess he felt like, why would anybody even care about me? But she did. She did. I think she even knew what kind of person she was. But she just loved him. She just loved him. You know, look, that's that situation now. Leave me out of it. But he fell in love with her, and they got married, and they had a baby. They had a baby together. Oh, but something happened in that series. I was trying to think. I think someone had tied him up like it was a war or something. Something happened. It was like two groups. I gotta go back and look at it. I'm thinking that they got captured or something, and I don't know if they set her on fire. They did something, and I don't know if they took the baby. Something happened, and it broke his heart. I didn't say it drew him in a rage. It broke his heart. And so what happened was he just left. And there was a boy, and he said, Floki, where are you going? He was crying, and I don't know, he just got in a boat, his own boat by himself, and he left. Everybody loved that man, though. Everybody loved him, even though, you know, the way that he was a Viking. He was a Viking, and I think he was like a good friend of, what was his name? The Viking, I know Buren was the son, and Ragnar was one. I think he was like a best friend and or relative, and then that was the head guy. He had light blue eyes. They were Vikings. What was his name? Damn. Was it Ragnar? I think it was Ragnar. Okay, I can't think about it. I don't know. I don't remember his name, but he was the head guy. And he had gave birth to a whole lot of boys. All boys. All boys. He only had one son for, what her name was, Agatha. He only had one son for her. One boy for her. And then he left her. He was kind of horse child. Because everybody promised him that if he would go towards one tribe, they'll give him all kinds of riches, you know. He was always one of those men about clout, you know. So, you know, he took up with another woman. He did. Her dad name was Sigurd. He was sort of like a, he was sort of like a demigod. He was like a god, but he was like a sea god or something. Shit is crazy. He was. But that was her daddy. And she was like mystical. And she was whimsical and mystical and witchy and whatever you want to call it, she was. She was very beautiful. She had a beautiful, long, flowing hair. I think her hair was kind of like reddish. She was very, very tall, very, very beautiful. And she did have those eyes. And then she'll just capture you with those eyes. And she had some beautiful features. And they were like high cheekbones. And she walked around with a white wolf. Oh, he was just drawn, sucked in by her. Just didn't give a damn about his wife. Poor Agatha. Just left her. And he wanted his son to stay with him. I'm trying to think. Yeah. But I think what happened was the son said, no, I'm not going to stay with you. I'm going to stay with... I think he stayed with his mama, did he? Did he stay with the mama? I'm trying to think, did he stay with the mama? Did he stay with the mama? No. Shit, I don't remember. I gotta go back and look at the it's a miniseries, but anyway, I'm gonna go back and refresh it and look at it. I'll just come back and let you all know. But anyway, yeah, that's the name of that movie. That miniseries is called The Vikings. It's on Netflix. So anyway, so what I'm thinking about when the spirit's telling me and like the telepathy senses, what I was picking up in the spirit, is that he is sort of like that guy named Floki, you know. But anyway, Floki did research because they went looking for that man because they loved that man. They went looking for him and they stumbled upon him. And when he saw one guy and he was one of the sons of yeah, I think he was Ragnar. I think the guy's name was Ragnar. And I think Ragnar was the leader. Yeah, Ragnar, yeah. He was the leader. He was the leader, right? What's his name? Earl Ragnar. What's his name? Earl Ragnar. And then his wife was Agatha. And then he took off with another lady. And she birthed him a whole lot of boys. A lot of boys. All boys. All boys. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, they did find him. But going back, with Floki, well, you know, everything was going... That was this one particular kid. Now, this kid name was Ivar the Terrible. He was the son of... I think his name was Earl Ragnar. And then he was the son of Earl Ragnar and this witch. He was the son of him. But he was the son of the... He was one of the sons from the line of where, like, she gave him a lot of kids. But there was this one particular son that his name was Ivar. They called him Ivar the Terrible. He was born without arms and he was born without legs. No, he was born without legs. He had arms. He didn't have any legs at all. But Floki took to him. And this lady, she was very whimsical and mystical. And she said her dad's name was Sigurd. And he was sort of like a sea god or whatnot. But anyway, she went to Floki and she asked Floki because if you're born during that time without no legs and stuff, they want you thrown away and discarded anyway. But a mama's love, she wanted to keep her baby. She kept her baby. So she went to Floki and she said, Floki, will you take care of my baby? Will you teach him our ways? And he did. I got to come back with another one.